Today I will be showing you how I constructed Pidge's Paladin helmet from the show Voltron using the EVA Foam pattern. Before you begin constructing your helmet, there are a few materials that you will need to acquire, starting with EVA Foam. I use 1/2 inch foam as well as 2mm craft foam from the craft store. For glue you will need contact cement, hot glue, Kwik Seal, and Mod Podge. And for paint and primer you will need PlastiDip. I chose white PlastiDip in this case. PlastiDip is a fantastic medium to cover your foam in that gives it an extra protective layer. To begin the process, I simply started by cutting out the edges with an X-Acto knife. This did take a bit of time as there were multiple pages for this pattern, however the pages do line up well when following the construction marks as shown. When you are finished cutting out all of your paper pieces, the next step will be to transfer that onto EVA foam. I secure my paper to the foam using sewing pins so that it stays in place. The sewing pins do very minimal damage to the foam, and so they're really a great way to help secure that paper as you are tracing. When you're finished transferring the paper pieces to the foam, the next step is to begin cutting. I cut with a curved X-Acto knife on those curved edges to help them appear a little bit more smooth in the long run, but you can use whatever blade you want. Just make sure that you hold your blade level with the foam. If you don't, you can often create little jags or edges that are really unwanted. Now usually EVA foam does not like to hold its shape. It is not very bendable if you don't add a heat gun. Heat allows you to bend and mold the foam to your liking. I do this before gluing the helmet together. After gluing the pieces of the helm together using contact cement, I went through any seams with Kwik Seal. As you can see here, I just quickly fill in those gaps and then brush over with my finger to make sure that those are indeed level with the rest of the foam. I'm going to go ahead and let the helmet sit in the background and dry while I cut out the edges of the details for the Paladin helmet onto 2mm foam. When the Kwik Seal is finally dry, you want to begin sanding to get off any excess Kwik Seal that is unnecessary. When you have filled and sanded the seams to your liking, the next step is to cover the foam in Mod Podge. This is a glue that I mixed with water to create a very thin paste to cover the helmet and fill in any imperfections that I may have missed when using the heat gun. After the Mod Podge dries, you will want to cover the foam in PlastiDip. I did this off camera as it is very toxic. I didn't want it to get on my computer. If there are still any imperfections, you want to go ahead and fill those in with Kwik Seal and repeat the same process as earlier, waiting a little while for it to dry and then of course sanding it. When you are finished covering up all of those extra imperfections and sanding, you will be left with your finished product, the Paladin helmet. The next step would be, of course, to apply a primer and the paint, your color of choice. Thank you everybody for watching how I constructed this helmet. If you would like to see how I paint and finish the rest of the armor, please check out twitch.tv/AmericanDream48 to check out all of my live crafting and gaming streams.